Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining in once again. If you are yet to check my previous video, be sure to check it out. They will truly impact your life. Today we are looking into a very important topic: why do friends separate? And you might be wondering, why do I need this video, or why do I need this knowledge? You need it precisely for two major reasons. Number one, to be comfortable with the fact that friends can separate, and it's not separation due to malice or due to the fact that you hate one another or due to the fact that something bad happened. It can just be a natural disaster, as I would call it. Number two is that there is also a need for intentional effort to sustain some kind of friendship. And if you understand why friendship stops or why friendship stalls, probably you can intentionally re-engineer some kind of friendship in your life to stay for the longest. So yeah, if you are pumped up for this video, be sure to drop a comment and tell me what you think. Tell me your reasons why you think friendship do not last or friendship separate. Great friends, I mean, why do they separate? You can do what to leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts, and let's ride on into today's conversation. Why do friends separate? Number one, when the margin of success seems to be too far, one feels scared to reach out, another feels worried that if they talk, it might sound oppressive. Now, this is a very important one. One of the reasons why friends separate is because there is a margin of success. Is that one wants to communicate to the other, but it feels like if I communicate with him, it look as though I'm begging, or it look as though I'm being needy, or it look as though, yeah, they feel that it look as though they are being needy. And another one as well, the other one also wants to reach out and be like, if we start having conversation, majority of the things I want to say might not relate to it, and it's not out of pride, or majority of the things I want to say might sound oppressive to him. I would not want to joke or play with some certain things, and I don't want to be too careful amongst my friends. So they just naturally refrain from one another, and naturally you just begin to see that at the time, let's assume that they talk probably 5 times in a day, 5 times in a week, and it reduces to 3 times, reduces to just checking in once in a while, and before you know it, the conversation has stalled and they have both separated naturally. And let me give you a practical illustration to that. I recently got this tablet, and when I got this tablet, I noticed that when I started using this particular tablet, once I use it for like an hour and I drop it down and I pick up my very small phone, which I'm using to record, a Redmi 13C, and this is also a Redmi product. Once I pick up the smaller phone, it looks very different in my hand. I've always been using this phone for a while, but because I decided to hold this one for a little longer before dropping it and then picking up that one, it looks very strange. It looks smaller. And while I was thinking about it, it made so much sense to me that people's taste and preferences of life can easily change. Somebody that has an opportunity to travel out of the country and probably did their masters there, they got a very good paying job, and probably has another friend that is home that is still struggling, probably with some petty jobs. And in as much as we want to prevent talking about these things, you just notice that there's a difference in preferences right now. There's a difference in exposure, and conversations begin to tilt into some certain kind of things, and it becomes very unbearable for one. And sometimes it can look as though another one is becoming oppressive. More reason why friends separate, because there's always a success margin, and one of the ways to prevent that is that while a lot of people are growing, you as well need to put in the 100% effort that is required for you also to grow. A friend made a post. It says that from age 20 to 29, probably if people are attaining some kind of success, you might not feel it. You might not feel it as much. But once it gets to from age 30 to 35, the gaps begins to really show, and friends begin to really part. Not necessarily because of pride, but because of natural disaster. Just like I said, they just naturally happen because of the success margin. I've given you a tip on how to prevent that. Grow as much as you can, so that while your friends are going, you're as well growing, so that when you all get to that top, you all can have something to talk about. You all can gist, joke about some things and not feel offended. Number two, life happens. One of the reasons why people separate or friends separate is that life happens. For example, a friend can be here in Lagos, another friend is in the United States, another friend is in probably somewhere in Canada, probably another friend could be probably somewhere in Abeokuta here in Nigeria, and each of them are actually doing well. They are doing very, very well for their particular position, right? And the friends are still intact, they are still talking to one another, but the bond is not as before, because before you could meet, you can talk, you can have hangouts together, but now life just happens. I most people to different locations, most people to different settings. For example, you are not married, your friend is already married, already nursing a child, and then they have to like carry extra responsibilities, and they just don't have time as much as you would have time. And or probably somebody is trying to do multiple jobs and just don't have time anymore. So life naturally happens, and at this point in time, one of the things that would save a relationship or a friendship, whichever it is your ability to give grace to one another and to intentionally create time of bonding. There's a strategy that I do recommend for people, is that you create a WhatsApp group where your cliques of friends you are in, and then once in a while you have interactions there, probably once in a year, twice in a year, as time permits. Try to have a particular hangout, try to have time that you all meet together, eat, talk, gist, not just about work, just about casual things, and laugh, remember memories and all of these things, take pictures together, plan things together, and you begin to see that regardless of whatever distance might be between every one of you, that bond can still be built up again. That's another strategy. I hope you're writing it down. Number three, friends separate because there is a difference in way of life. This is also very important that I have seen as a pattern as well. A lot of people as they grow older begin to pick up certain kind of ideologies and certain kind of way of life. For example, if somebody decides that I've given my life to Christ, and you have been working with people who probably smoke or drink or go to club nights probably every Friday, and you have given your life to Christ, the particular factor that bonds you all together are those way of life. But now that there is a separation in way of life, it puts a demarcation somehow. Regardless of however we want to protect it, it still puts a demarcation, and you begin to see that ways of life can as well put a demarcation between friends. And it's not just about Christianity or religion alone right now, it can as well be pertaining to different ideologies. So when people's way of life changes, it kind of also creates a demarcation between friends. And at this point in time, it is fine that friends separate. It is fine that friends separate, and you don't need to feel bad about it that probably way of life separated you, and you just know that the kind of way of life that you have will attract the kind of friends that would complement that way of life. So I think that is fine. I don't really have any trick or tips. I wouldn't say that you should bend your way of life because of a friend, which I don't think is very good. So yeah, these are the three factors I believe causes separation amongst friends. Let me reiterate again. Number one, when there is a margin of success. Number two, when life happens. Number three, when there is a difference in way of life. And I've also shared the different strategies in between the videos to check it out. But just to give a little more to hold on to. People stay friends if there is a bonding factor. Without a bonding factor, friendship can't stand. The question is, what are the major things that can help people bond? Number one, education. You would see that when people have certain kind of degrees together, or they are learning towards certain kind of degrees or certification, you see that they bond over things like that. They bond over way of life. People bond over intellectual conversations. People bond over businesses. You see that when friends do business together, they stay closer and closer and closer. People bond over many other things, right? So do well to just find a bonding factor with a friend and try to keep it stronger. I believe this video has helped you one way or the other. If it has, do well to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and share with a friend. And as well, don't forget to turn on the post notification. In all sincerity, you need to turn on that post notification so that I can increase my followers, I can increase my subscribers, and you can as well enjoy more videos that pops up, and you can be the first one to see it as well. So I look forward to you in the next video. Do to leave a comment, do to share this with a friend. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace out.